Hello and welcome to 3 Cups Tarot. On this channel, I do readings intended to uplift and guide the collective towards their highest path. And today we're going to do a reading forecast for the week ahead. Relevant for whenever you find this. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the week necessarily, whatever you consider the week. It doesn't have to be at the time this was uploaded. Whatever message that's finding you right now was meant to find you at this time for the next week ahead, whether you consider that the next Sunday through Saturday, or you can consider it the next 7 days. It's up to you to decide that. So we're going to draw our 3 readings. This one's coming up first. Knight of Blades is for reading 1. The Death card for reading 2, and the Hierophant for reading 3. So feel free to pause the video if you need more time. See if what you're being drawn to in the imagery, the energies, the words, or the numbers. By the way, this is number 13 and number 5. And the Knight doesn't have a number. And you can navigate to the timestamps below, and I will see you in whatever readings or reading you choose ahead. Hi, reading 1. So you were drawn to the Knight of Blades, and I was going to decide what decks to choose from next, but I just had to press record because I felt very clearly channelings coming through already. So it's kind of a fun energy for you this week, and I feel like you're a little bit spunky, a little bit empowered and confident in yourself, your perspective, your abilities, and your role in a situation. And I feel the phrase that you are blowing up your life in some way, or you're blowing up a situation in some way. It's like you're dropping a bomb in the middle of whatever is going on around you, in service of regeneration and regrowth, which is actually what the Death card is all about. So you might have a message also in reading 2, which has the Death card in it. I haven't done the reading, but if you're drawn to it, you might consider. I'm really drawn to the X, which I would take as number 10, coming up here. 10 in the Major Arcana is the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you're playing with the fates in some way, or you're spinning the Wheel of Fortune in some way by doing this. But it's like you're so confident that you're going to come out winning anyways, that it's not holding you back. So now I don't have a plan for what cards. So I'm just going to intuitively pull from whatever comes through. Serenity, what an interesting contrast to what's coming here. Let me just keep pulling. And I think these are lavender flowers. You are a fighter ever onwards. Wow, okay, that's a little bit more matching to the Knight of Blades. The Knight of Blades also is like a truth teller, someone who wants to put truth into action or put ideas into action. Yeah, there's something that you want to stand your ground, that you want to push for some outcome. You're being supported in this. You are a fighter. I've never pulled this card. It's like a Pegasus. Really interesting. Okay. I'm being drawn to so many cards right now. Let's just see how it all comes together in the end. The 2 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Cups is about partnership, and that's often about romantic partnership, but the reverse is about kind of like maybe doing something on your own. Wow, Evil Queen, and here's another 2. You deserve sugar, not salt. So actually, maybe you're fighting for your own peace, and you're blowing up your own relationship because you're standing up for yourself. You know what you deserve. You're fighting for it. You're fighting for yourself. You have the bomb. You have the power to be able to do this. It was always your decision in the first place. You're just getting so much reassurance to do this because you're going to do it anyways, and you know what you're doing, and your guides just also want you to enjoy the moment of you standing up for yourself and what you deserve and what you know is coming afterwards with the Wheel of Fortune, that you know something better is on the horizon. That was one of the quickest messages I've ever received. It almost felt so urgent that I had to start recording, but I really feel like that's the end of your message for this week. So I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for any likes, shares, or subscribes to the channel. And if you're drawn to another reading, like reading 2, like I mentioned, then I will see you ahead. Hi, reading 2. So you were drawn to the Death card here. And so the Death card represents some sort of death, but rebirth, new birth from some area of your life. And this can be in any area, or it could be in all the areas at once, since it's a major arcana. It kind of rules or indicates the overall energies of your spiritual path and everything you're going through. So I really feel like you're hitting some kind of midpoint in the year, and this is a year of the 9, which is about spiritual growth and development. I'll have a reading about that may have come out by the time you see this, so you may try to find it. It's called Year 9 Check-In. There, you might have a message there for you, because I'm feeling that so far in your reading, that you're getting the Death card at the midpoint of the year, that you have worked your way towards some major shift in your life this year. You're going to see the first blossoms of that this week. The Tower in reverse. The Tower moment is over. It's kind of like this is the card. Oh no, this is number 16, so this comes much after death. But I feel like this is the moment that has broken down something that that formed a strong structure in your life, so that it could clear the way for something new to grow with the flower blossoms here. That's already over, and you're going to really feel this week that just how over it is. Because it's like you don't see the tower anymore. All you see are the blossoms. Something new is really growing in its place, figuratively speaking. So whatever you have in mind with your life, that's the thing we're talking about here. It would have been like a major change in your life. Queen of Blades in reverse and 2 of Vessels in reverse. Interesting. 2 of Vessels is 2 of Cups in reverse. The exact same card from a different deck came out in reverse in reading 1. And reading 1, I also got indications to recommend them to reading 2. So you may be from reading 1, but if you were drawn to reading 1 and you haven't seen it yet, then I would say that you do have a message there as well. So I also see this in the realm of relationships, because 2 of Vessels does indicate that. What are vesicles? Are those like veins of the heart? That's interesting. Is that right? I don't know. That just kind of came out. I don't know if that's meaningful. With the Queen of Blades, this would have been, I would say, indicating both you and your partner. And the Queen of Blades can come off when it's in an unbalanced situation, can come off as cold and kind of like mean girl energy, calculating cutting. It comes from a broken heart, really, and it comes from wounds that have nothing to do with you. So if this is ringing true for you, there's a lot of healing you recognize that you needed to do within yourself after this encounter, and you recognize that your partner had, or your ex-partner needed to do with them as well. That's where the crumbling came from. It was meant to be that way, so that both of you can find ground for healing. Whether the ex-partner found that ground or not, you did. And that's what's important here, to kind of recognize that first signs of blossom of that healing and how it is affecting your life now. Gold, you don't need someone else to fix you. Number 36. I feel like for some people you may be 36 and around that age. As a confirmation. The seashell is also standing out as a confirmation, if that's a sign for anyone. But there you go. You don't need someone else to fix you. You did have someone else to help you see what needs to be fixed or healed, but you did the work yourself. And your guides are just really saying that, like, you did this yourself, and they want you to feel that moment of pride for yourself. And there's actually so many shells here, like snail shells, conch shells. So yeah, if that's a sign of spirit connection or ancestor connection for you, you have so many signs and so much support coming through with that. I feel like I want to pull from this deck. Natural healing power, number 6. So the next step of this journey is that you discovered that the healing power that you have naturally to heal yourself is helpful to healing others as well. So you do have something to share from your own experiences and what you've learned, the wisdom you've gained from healing yourself. You do have a calling to share that with others. If you are feeling that calling, this is confirming that for you. So this is your main message for this week, is just to confirm to you that you are seeing the signs of a big shift in your life, but it comes from the hard work that you've done for yourself over the past 6 months or more. And I'm going to wish you the best week with that message, and I hope that was helpful. And thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes to the channel. And if you're drawn to another reading, like reading 1 I mentioned before, then I will see you there as well. Hi, reading 3, so you're drawn to the Hierophant, number 5. And I got very clearly that we're going to draw 3 cards from only one deck, this Woodland Wardens deck, for your reading. So I'm just going to give it a shuffle and then draw 3 from Coven. Okay, I'm going to do that before I start any sort of interpretation. So, this is number 38, the Porcupine and Anemone Boundaries. Number 25, the Wolf and Rosehip Guardianship. And number 46, the Butterfly and Snowdrop Hope. So you have very clearly the call to put up your boundaries, guard yourself or what's dear to you, and continue forward on your path with hope. So you might be encountering some major obstacle, and because it's the Hierophant, it can be to do with the workplace, It could be to do with higher learning, your education, or your religion. When I pulled guardianship, or when I turned to guardianship, I thought about the idea of guarding your ideas, any work you're doing. You are meant to become a leader in this institution, whatever you're working towards or involved in right now. That's why people see the potential in you, and those who feel threatened and want that status that you are on a direct line for are going to try to copy you and emulate you. Make your boundaries strong. This is not a one-time thing. This will happen, unfortunately, like throughout your career. You need to learn how to put up strong boundaries and to guard what you have to offer. No one can do your job better than you. That's why you're getting this guidance to keep what's yours to yourself. And you don't need to give it away to anyone else. This is part of your mission. You have these ideas so that you can carry out your mission the way you need to. With the butterfly and snowdrop, I mean, any of these animals like could be signs to you, but I really feel like the blue butterfly is a sign to watch out for, as well as white flowers, because you got them twice. Those will be your signs to go forward in complete confidence and trust of yourself and the guidance you're receiving. Yeah, that's very clearly your message, and I'm going to just leave it right there because I feel like the message that needed to come out did. And so I hope that was helpful to you, and I'm wishing you a good week with those messages of fortitude from your spirit guides. Thank you for watching, and thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes to the channel. If you are drawn to another reading for this week, I will see you in that one, and if not, I'll see you next time.